You're now reacting to the duet TVXQ and their B-side track called Gorgeous, released on their 2012 album Catch Me.
Catch Me If You Can is a good movie.
Oh, true. I really want to rewatch it, dude.
It's good.
It's really good. The song is about being hypnotized by beauty to the point of where they are controlled by it. The song is composed by Kenzie and Andrew Choi.
3, 2, 1. Whoa.
Cello section.
We love a good snare beat.
I'm not used to it going down. Like da 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 da.
This is interesting because they're like oscillating, but there's not really like a tonic.
Where's the tonal center? Because I don't know where she is. Maybe we haven't found her yet. Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Ooh, they're introducing electric guitar. Another badass element.
Yeah, so like in minor, loud beat, fast. This is like all I like. This is all I look for.
Sounds like a guitar in it.
Whoa! We're changing the subdivision or whatever.
That was really cool. They made like a harmonic glissando sort of sound with electronic instruments.
Oh,
Harmonization.
a little major. Very major.
Very major.
It's definitely always revolving around that singular tonic though. Like it's ba is everywhere in this song, I think. Like no matter where they go in the chord progression, it's still just calling back to that one note the entire time.
It feels very retro, and yet it has all the qualities of a modern K-pop song as well. It's like a bridge.
The guitar?
And I kind of like leaned back a little for that.
Yeah, damn. I want to hear more of the guitar. That's cool.
It's still going.
The drums haven't stopped, I think. No.
His falsetto goes really high.
Full tone?
I feel like there should be a laser show to go along with this.
It's another
That was
hemiola.
cool. Another hemiola.
Yeah.
Hemiola meeting 3/2. Basically just triplets up over.
Man, they're singing so many high C's. Pavarotti must be jealous.
Him singing like those eighth notes like this, the dun 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 dun, and like the calmer sounds of like it just really gives it a motive here. Took me about 3 minutes to realize they were saying, "Hey, you're gorgeous."
It's really dirty. The sound is very dirty.
I will say
No, there's lewd dirty, and then there's just like covered in dirt dirty. This one's covered in dirt. Not in like a this is trash, it belongs in trash kind of dirty, but like that grungy sound, you know? Not like you came out of a mud pit, but like someone like threw a shovel of dirt
Someone
on
threw you
and
into
the like the timbres have that kind of that static onto it. I don't know. It's kind of cool, but I wish they would have varied it up a little bit more. You know, between clean sounds and the dirty sounds, because the drums were felt a little repetitive by this like second chorus.
I thought they did vary up the bass rhythm enough to keep it interesting because they had like.
I mean, like the middle timbre.
Descending line. Yeah, but there were parts where
the bass had like different rhythms later in the song and stuff, and I was like, oh, that's interesting, because if they just kept like the same like bottom bass beat, I would have gotten bored.
There.
Yeah, no, it's very like Pacific Rim kind of like Tron Legacy, like those like electronic.
Did you ever have,
tracks
like,
to them? Very
Dirt
big sound,
as
like
a kid?
action movie? What?
Henry.
You know, like
Like
when you
eat
put
dirt.
crushed like Oreos and like gummy worms into a cup and like you
of
make
course.
dirty.
I thought you were talking about
What
like
do you call that?
eating
I thought you meant like literally eating.
worms.
No.
it's called
What
like
is it
worms in
called?
the dirt or worms in the mud.
Something like that. And when you eat it, it's like, oh, it's delicious, super sweet, and it has a lot of crunch to it, you know? That's what I mean by dirt. I'm envisioning like a crushed Oreos in a cup with a gummy worm in it. Gummy worm being their
A little
silky smooth
pudding
voices.
or nah, just Oreos in the gummy worm.
The strings at the front were nice. Pudding, yeah.
So that was a ride. What made it a ride?
It was constantly like the texture of the background was really full the whole time. Sometimes the voices like married perfectly with that, and there were other times that I wished there was like a soaring voice like on top of the two dudes' voices. Like I wanted Britney Spears to be there.
Yeah.
To throw it down.
I think there's like a field of classical music or like new music now where it's dealing a lot with like sound and it's like crossing over with electronics. And I feel like it just reminds me of that with all this like and like these non-conventional pitch noises that are used to like fill up the musical space. And then and I love that part where it comes, I think it happens twice, but it feels like a total meter change actually, or like the meters like repurposed or reorganized instead of like 1 2 3 4, it's like dee da 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 dee da da.
Yeah.
So it's like you're like
1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2. Like
yeah,
it
like
was
that,
the-
or 1 2
whatever
yeah.
that adds
Ba,
up to.
ba, instead of like a 1 2 1 2 1 2.
1,
You know what I
2,
mean?
3.
Yeah, I think it was just 6 and then a big 3.
It's still on like the tempo organization. It's like still the same tempo, but then the meter's like reappropriated at the half mark. So it's like the last 2 beats, instead of like it truly being subdivided into 2 equal parts, it's like ba ba ba. You know, it's like it's in triplets. So it's like this fracturing, the rhythmic fracturing.
But it all happens over 3 bars.
Yeah.
Amen.
Instead of da 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 da, it was da 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 da.
Yeah, exactly. So you're fracturing the last 2.
So, if anybody remembers back from atonal theory, when we started studying the electric music creating thing, and I can't remember who did it, but I think Schoenberg or Berg did it.
Yeah, I don't think that was.
What is that called?
I don't think that was Schoenberg or
And it was
Berg.
like soundscapes or something. But there was a moment in there when they did like a technology sound. Yeah, that type of thing. And I was like, oh, that sounds like, I don't know, some atonal guy.
I thought the like melodies that they were putting in some of the synths were incredibly cool, and then like it kind of sounds a little video gamey, like old time video gamey, because you have these like really simple synths that you just like layer on top of one another until you find like a texture that you want. It's really cool.
This song grew on me, I think, as I was listening to it. It started out like a lot, but I was on a pink Jeep tour, which are really fun, like in Arizona, where it's this Jeep that just drives over the craziest terrain. At the beginning, a huge like lip in the rock, or curve in the rock, and the Jeep rolled back and it felt like we were gonna die and flip over backwards. It was terrifying. But then after like the hour-long nutso ride that they took us on the pink Jeep, we went over the same bump at the end, but it felt like nothing. I feel like that's kind of how the song made me feel with the beginning and the ending. So it was cool, and it got me really into it. Yeah.
I felt like you're gonna flip over and die.
Yeah.
Great.
The coolest thing about this song is adding the 8-bit treble, the 8-bit high notes with that really, the really typical edgy sort of pop EDM bass, and it creates this nice parallel effect. It's like it creates this new sound that almost sounds like razor blades. I'm just thinking razor blades. It's like it can slice through the beat and grab our attention. And I think it's pretty awesome, pretty gorgeous. That's not the word I would use, but it's good.
Well, the aspect of being mesmerized by beauty, it's see, that's the thing. So when it's very cyclical, and then you listen through it, it's like, well, you've been mesmerized already, and it's a weird thing because it just keeps going and going, and you have things that just as Kevin says, it's like razor blades. But I feel like you're going. It's almost like a roller coaster. You're going through, and then it's just like a haunted house, and you just things flying by, and those get your attention. But then you have all these 8-bits which just sprinkled all around. So it's interesting how they take pickup notes. They use those to teach you what you should anticipate next. So it adds to that mesmerization effect of, wow, like what am I supposed to listen to?
So deep, so profound.
I'm not an audiophile.
I don't think you are an audiophile.
But who do you want to be?
You just said I'm not an audiophile.
Yeah. What? Oh my god, you piece of